Whoa, check this out! A one-day starvation secret got the Nobel Prize. The cells in your body constantly break down and then recycle their own parts. In 2016, Dr. Yoshinori Osumi from Japan got the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for figuring out the mechanisms of this process, which is called autophagy. What is this, and what does it have to do with fasting? You'll find out after you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join us on the bright side of life. You probably know that most tissues in your body regularly replace their cells with new ones. Different organs need their own time to renew completely, and some tissues don't replace their cells at all. But have you ever wondered where the dead cells of your body end up? Dr. Osumi, a Japanese cell biologist, spent years studying how human cells get rid of their waste. This process has a scientific name, autophagy. This word came from the Greek words auto, which means self, and phagian, which can be translated as to eat. If you combine these words, you'll see that autophagy is the process of self-eating. Sounds a bit scary and unsettling, right? But actually, this process helps you to stay healthy. The first person who discovered autophagy was Belgian biochemist Dr. Christian de Duve. For this discovery, he got the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1974. In the 1960s, he started to examine some liver tissue and discovered something very interesting. He noticed that the cells had some special recycling compartments. Later, they got the name lysosomes. Lysosomes are something like the stomach of the cells. They contain special digestive enzymes, and with the help of these enzymes, lysosomes consume worn-out or damaged tissues, food particles, bacteria, viruses, and other junk which accumulates in the cells. All this garbage is recycled into new cells and energy. That's the process of autophagy, and you wouldn't survive without it. In short, with the help of lysosomes, your body can decompose different protein structures into amino acids. Later, it uses this, so to say, building material to create new cells. In this case, a logical question may arise. Do you really need to eat animal protein to build new cells? Well, let's imagine that a living being doesn't consume animal protein. Surprisingly, studies show that they still have approximately the same amount of proteins and carbohydrates in their digestive system as they would if they ate animal protein. This mystery has a simple explanation. The body can use its own protein in the form of dead and damaged cells and bacteria, which have been previously stored away. Every day, your body needs to replace more than 7 to 10 ounces of protein. The average person consumes approximately 2.5 ounces of protein a day. It's not enough to build new cells. That's when the process of autophagy comes into play. By utilizing protein garbage, your body provides itself with a sufficient amount of protein. If the process of autophagy in the body doesn't work correctly, a person can develop type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, some age-related diseases, and even cancer. The thing is that if your natural recycling mechanism doesn't work, damaged cells and their parts start to accumulate in the body, and it ends up unable to neutralize cancer cells and cells infected by dangerous viruses and bacteria. As a result, this can lead to various serious illnesses. Dr. Osumi found that autophagy gets more intensive when the body is undergoing some stress. Such stress can be fasting, calorie restriction, or even starvation. In this case, cells start to use cellular garbage, including pathogenic bacteria, to produce energy and build new cells. Your body works hard to reduce the amount of protein, and at the same time, it cleans itself. In all his studies, Dr. Osumi used starvation and fasting to encourage the body to break down toxic cells and get rid of all the garbage. It turns out that when you fast, your cells live longer and produce more energy. There are fewer inflammations in your body. Besides, if you choose to restrict the number of calories you consume, the levels of nitric oxide in your body increase, and nitric oxide is the very molecule that helps to detoxify and rejuvenate your body. As you can see, intermittent fasting, which is alternating the periods of eating and fasting, can help your body to clean itself. Besides, it can help you to lose weight and speed up your metabolism. As for the health benefits of this method, they are numerous and include decreased levels of heart diseases, neurological problems, and diabetes, reduced inflammation, oxidative stress, and blood pressure. On top of that, intermittent fasting can protect against cancer. It improves longevity and balances out your cholesterol levels. There are different types of fasting, and you can choose a strategy to your liking. A 24-hour fast. If you opt for this method, you should select a day during the week and not eat at all on this day. On the other hand, you can have breakfast, let's say at 8 a.m. on Monday morning, and have the next meal at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Fasting on alternative days. If you've chosen this option, you need to eat regularly one day and fast the next day. It doesn't mean that you can't eat at all on days of your fast. If your calorie intake on a regular day is 2,000 calories, on a fasting day, you can reduce this number to 500 calories. Interestingly, when a group of people cut down on their caloric intake for 20%, in 2 to 6 years, their blood sugar, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels improve significantly. Besides, almost all of them manage to normalize their weight. Skipping meals. If you're a newbie in the world of fasting and the practice looks a bit intimidating, start with skipping your meals. In general, it's enough to skip one meal a day to boost your metabolism and trigger cleansing processes in your body. Just remember that if you skipped a meal, you shouldn't overeat at the next one. Daily window fasting. Daily window fasting means that you eat within 8 hours during the day, every day of the week. Another name for this method is the 16-8 fasting, because you have all your meals within 8 hours and don't eat the rest of the time. If you're new to this method, try a longer eating window. You can eat your breakfast at 8 a.m. and have your dinner at 6 p.m. This way, you'll only have 14 hours without food. When you get used to this way of eating, you can cut the length of your eating window. Water fasting. If you decide to follow this strategy, you'll need to choose one day during the week and only drink water or fresh juices without sugar on this day. The best time for this fast is spring, but you can also follow this diet throughout the year. One more interesting conclusion you can draw from this research is that, despite what some people think, vegetarians don't suffer from a lack of animal protein. They just get it in a different way. Naturally, everybody decides for themselves whether they want to eat meat or not. But if you're not a vegetarian, that's a good idea to have animal protein-free days from time to time. The problem is that when you get external protein from meat and cheese you eat or milk you drink, your body doesn't have any motivation to recycle protein from dead cells. And the process of autophagy and cells renewal doesn't start. Your body keeps intoxicating itself. That's why, if you feel reluctant to fast or cut down on your caloric intake, consider the option of having several days a week where you don't eat animal protein. So, what ways have you tried to detoxify yourself? Tell us about your experience in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and hit the subscribe button. That's the only way to move to the bright side of life.